All right, so here's 4A, and what, this is section 2.2, or 1.2? Okay, so 4A says determine the value of the first term, T1, for each arithmetic series described. So we have an arithmetic series, and what's given? The difference is given. The sum is given for the first 14 numbers. For the first 14 numbers. Okay? So what's the first term? All right. Well, what are some formulas that were given for the sum of an arithmetic sequence? What's the first one? N, what was the first one we did? N over 2 times T1 plus Tn. Okay, that's the first one. Now, if I wanted to use this formula to try and find out for T1, the good thing is T1 is definitely in this formula, so that's a good thing. We might be on the right track. The D, we don't have any space for the D here, and I don't know. Do we know the last term? Do we know the last term? Well, I have the sum of the terms. I have N, so I've got N, I've got the sum, but I don't have this. Did everybody see I don't really have this? Okay, so is this a good one to use then? Because I've got two unknowns here. So I don't know if we should use that one. Now, there is another version of this, right? And that was what? N over 2. What was it? 2 T1 plus, what was it? N minus 1 D. Oh, okay. Well, so it's got T1, which I don't know. That's great. It's got N, which I do know. It's got N, which I do know. It's got D, which I do know. And I know what the sum is. Okay, so this is good because I only have one unknown in that formula that I can solve for. So does it look like we could use this formula to just solve for T1? Did anybody that did this question, did you do it this way? Is this looking good? Okay, I think it's looking good. All right, so what we would do is this. I'm going to do this in red now. The algebra now, like getting T1 by itself might be the tricky part. So let's fill in everything we can. 574 is our sum, right? This is our sum. Equals, N is 14, so let's do N over 2. Let's just write 7 there, okay? Save ourselves a little bit of work. 2T1, I don't know T1, so I have to leave T1 as T1. N is 14 again, so N minus 1 is 13. And D we're given as 6. Okay, so I can do a little mental math in my head here for this one, and then we're there. All right. So now what we need to do is get T1 by itself. T1 by itself. There's a few different things we could do. If you want to distribute this 7 into these brackets, you can first, but we're trying to get T1 by itself. We're not trying to make T1 more complicated. So what you could do is divide both sides right away by 7. Because this 7 is multiplied by everything in here. So we could eliminate this 7 right away. I would suggest that. So let's get our calculators out. If you don't know what 574 divided by 7 is, don't worry, I don't know either. 574 divided by, I could figure it out, but this is quicker. 82, awesome. So 82 equals, I got rid of the 7, so all I have left is 2T1 plus, now what's 13 times 6? That's something that I could probably do here, right? That's 60, 78. Good. 78. Okay. Now what do I need to do next to get T1 by itself? Yep. Subtract 78. Very good. Oh, no. So that's 4, looks like, equals 2T1. Oh, this is going to be real easy. Divide by 2. T1 equals 2. T1 equals a crash of the program. Oh, thank you. You're going to start up for me now. Okay. Anyways, so T1 equals 2.
Yeah.
All right. Does that look right? That's what we're asked for in the question. So I think that's the answer. I'm happy with that. Of course, you could check by putting, like going back to here and putting 2 in right here and see if that left side equals the right side. That's one way you could check that. But 2 is the answer for those of you that did that one? Okay. So does that help? Whoever, I can't even remember who asked about that one now, but yeah, does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I just subtracting the 7 instead of dividing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's- Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. You did subtraction instead of division.
Yeah.
No problem at all. Okay. Good. Anything else from 1.2 that was giving you fits? All right. There's number 4.